remember sitting in my car that I bought, but he drove, but he drove, and I paid everything for, and I didn't get to go where I wanted to go. And I'm sitting in the car, I'm talking to my mother, and I'm crying, and I'm like, oh, this is ridiculous, blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And she gets mad quiet, mad quiet. And I was just like, and she goes, Keisha. I hated the way she said my name. She was like, Keisha, that's your fault. I was just like, if she wasn't my mother, I would have been like, bitch, what the fuck you mean? Fuck you mean? But she was my mother, and she's Panamanian, and she's crazy. She's 5 foot. She's a lunatic. So I was just like, what do you mean? And she was like, he is not doing anything because you are doing everything. And the fact that you're doing everything is why he's not doing anything. And I sat there like, God damn. She was like, tell, I want to say it how she said it. Yo, it was so fucking hilarious. Don't make me laugh. I want to say it how she said it. She said, tell his fucking ass to get up and do some work. I was just like, bitch, you right. Again, if she was my mother, I would be like, bitch, you right. I was like, oh my God. And I said to her, I was like, I said what every little girl would say to their mom. What if he doesn't do it? She was like, then it just doesn't get done. I said, okay. I was like, okay, all right. And you know me, I'm a scientist. I tested that experiment right away. And I learned that he could do everything that he was saying that he was acting like he couldn't do because nobody was doing it. I wasn't running around anymore trying to get everything done. Meanwhile, he's sitting there like a baby getting fucking fed. Does that make sense? So if you're running around and you're like, oh my God, I got to do everything. And this is not gender specific. This is not just for women. It's for men too. If you're running around and this bitch ain't doing shit, nah, that's not okay. She also told me, I almost forgot this, and this was the most important part. She said, give him things to do, make things his responsibility. And I was just like, oh, I never thought. For me, it behooves me that you would be in a relationship with anyone, especially a marriage, especially how they drilled in our heads that the man is supposed to be the head and take charge of the family and make sure the family is safe and all this stuff. It behooves me that there are men out there in this world that don't do that. And the funny part is, it seems like they are all around me. And I'm just like, I figured out why. Because I did everything. Of course, those guys are going to flock to me. Of course, I'm going to attract people who take when all I do is give. It's like a moth to a flame. So it's like, yo, these moths, not moths, these gnats that in New York, they're rude as hell because they'll just like smack into you and shit. And you're like, oh my God, I don't know where they come from. 1 minute they're here, the next minute they're gone, but I digress. But yeah, so it's like, it was my fault that he wasn't doing anything because I allowed it to happen.